Mr. Simmons. How? How can this be true? Hello, Scott. Surprised to see me? Are we, Mr. Simmons? I don't understand. How is this possible? Thought you killed me, didn't you? Well, that night was kind of a blur. Well, Scott, it should have been a blur. What are you talking about, Mr. Simmons? Well, Scott, something you may not know is that I have a twin brother. A twin brother. Yes, Scott, a twin brother. And the other night was my way of getting rid of the other Mr. Simmons. So that wasn't you I killed, but your evil twin brother? Well, Scott, you got the brother part right. As for the evil, Bill was actually a very good guy. He always gave to charities and organized events to benefit those in need. A very good guy. So why would you let me kill him? Well, Scott, I didn't let you kill him. I made you kill him, Mr. Simmons. How could you have made me kill him? Well, Scott, for years, I have been developing a drug that allows me to control a person into killing whoever I want. Well, how does it work? I don't understand. Well, I developed the drug to only work when someone is exposed to any of the songs off Winger's first album, and the powdery substance you thought was coke. That's why my coca levels wouldn't come up. Exactly, Scott. Exactly. Why Winger songs? Well, Scott, when Bill and I were younger, he would always play Winger's first album, morning, noon, and night. Why didn't you just tell him to turn it off? Well, Scott, I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but more importantly, I wanted to get him back, and get him back. Good. So you developed this drug? Yes. But the drug only works when you hear any song off Winger's first album. You see, Scott, this album made me so angry that when we were 17 years old, I vowed to get him back, and get him back good. So I waited till we grew up and started this business, and he got married to a former supermodel, had 3 beautiful children. Mr. Simmons, will you let me finish? Sorry. Anyway, now that he had everything going for him, bam, I swoop in and ruin everything he ever worked for. Oh my God, Mr. Simmons, you're the evil one. I won't say evil, Scott. More like smarter. How do I fit into all this? Well, if you let me finish a goddamn sentence. Sorry, Scott. There is something else you need to know. What? You are also my brother. Huh? Yes, Scott. You were always part of the plan. What are you talking about? God damn it, Scott, let me finish. Since you were 15, and Bill and I were 17, I have kept you drugged up to the point you never really know what's going on for sure. You see? Nobody likes you, Scott, because I have had you drugged for years, and this was my chance to get back at Bill. Bill, he was my brother too. Yes, Scott. Even your ex-wife Tanya and her brother Ron were in on it. Not Tanya and Ron. Yes, Tanya actually manages the Winger cover band that played last night, and her brother Ron is the roadie. I told her to have the guys play only songs from the first album. Yes, Tanya and Ron jumped at the chance to ruin your life. They are almost as evil as me, so my whole life has been a lie. Kind of. But I never liked you the moment you came out of Mom's crotch. I mean, you always had a crappy look on your face. So now what happens? Well, Scott, the police are on their way, and I'm going to give them the surveillance tape of you murdering Bill. So, this is it. Yes, Scott. And by the way, Barbara is my wife, and the only way you can be snapped out of your craziness is for her to say, B. But. Boo. Scott. B. But. Boo. And you might notice, Scott, She's nowhere to be found. Ha 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 ha. I want my mommy.